Hello everybody, and thank you for watching. My name is Stephanie Nash and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I recently posted this card on my Facebook page and a couple of groups I belong to, and I've had many questions as to how I actually made the sliding door feature work. So for those of you that haven't seen the card yet, you can see here that the sliding door does actually slide on this card. So I thought I would make a video to show you all how I did that. So first things first, this card features two different stamp sets and a set of coordinating framelits. So the stamp sets I used are the barn door stamp set from the annual catalog, specifically the door image here. I then used the coordinating framelits. So these are our sliding door framelits. And I have a couple of pieces that are not in there. So there's the handle, there's two of these little top gears, and then the bar itself. So the pieces I used, obviously the bar across is that are not in there. So there's the handle, there's two of these little top gears, and then the bar itself. So the pieces I used, obviously the bar across the top here, the two brackets for the doors, the handle, and then this piece here actually creates the hollow for your door to slide on, and then this is the door itself. So those are the coordinating framelits. And the other stamp set I used is Bubbles and Bubbly, also from the annual catalog, and specifically I used the lovely lady in the bathtub, the towel and ducky, the candles, and the bubbles. And then You Deserve This. So the inside of the card is where you'll see that You Deserve This and the towels. So to start, it was a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measured 8.5 by 5.5, and then it is folded to become a quarter fold card at 5.5 by 4.25. I then used our Wood Textures DSP and cut that to 5.5 by 4.25 as well. And as I've had to make 30 of these cards, the different colored wood textures have all come in handy. So for the card I'm going to make here with you tonight, we're going to use this lovely gray tone. So you can see I've already stamped the inside and the towel, and what I did is I actually used the blends to color this cute little towel to give it some texture and dimension. So I've used the Balmy Blue blend and the Daffodil Delight on our little ducky here. So there's our card base. So with the cardstock, as I mentioned, the base is 5.5 by 4.25, but then I took a second piece and just cut it into 3 by 6. So it's a 6 by 6 sheet to start. So 3 by 6, and I stamped the door image from the stamp set on there in our Memento Tuxedo black ink. And then I'm going to use the framelit here to cut that out on the Big Shot. So let me just pull in my Big Shot. All right. And excuse the dust on the Big Shot. We're doing a basement renovation right now and we have drywall dust everywhere, but it doesn't affect the cutting of the images. And I do not have my magnetic plate on here right now, so we're just going to hope this doesn't shift. Okay. If you've never used a Big Shot before, it's actually quite easy. You're just going to crank the handle, runs through, and there's our barn door image. All right, so then I'm going to actually pull in my magnetic plate for the next one because I do not want the die to move. So the magnetic plate looks just like the other. The only difference is it does have a magnetic quality to it so that your framelits are not going to shift when you're cutting them or getting them lined up. So I'm going to pull in this image here, or this framelit, and I am going to position it centered side to side, but it's going to be lower on the card because we want room to put that sliding rail on the top. So I'm going to run that through. All right, and there we have the two hollows that we're going to need to make that image slide through. Okay, so through the magic of video, I have the inside image ready to go. So what I did is I stamped in our black Memento tuxedo ink, and then I used our basic grays, our smoky slates, the balmy blue, the daffodil delight, and then our ivory and our bronze color to color her in. And I've added some Wink of Stella to the bubbles to give them that bubbly shimmer. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera there. So that's the inside. So this piece actually measures 2.5 by 3 7/8. So I'll hold that up there for you. And the reason for that is it is actually 4 to 4 between the two ends here, but I find if it's just a little bit shorter that it fits a teeny tiny bit better between there, so you get a better image or better fit for your image. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that. So you can use your snail. I still have some fast fuse left, so that's why I'm using fast fuse. You're just going to go ahead and adhere that. Lined up as much as you can between the 2 points and give her a little rub. Okay, so the next step is actually we're going to flip it over, but what we want to do is we want to hold your door. So whichever way you want the handle side to be, it doesn't really matter. You're going to line that up between the 2 tracks, and you're going to flip it over. And then I'm going to bring in our mini dimensionals, which we are going to use for this. So we want 4 of them, and they actually fit perfectly between the track here. So I want 1, and I'm just using what I like to refer to as a pokey tool, but it's a paper piercing tool. And then down here, they don't have to be lined up top and bottom, you just want them between the track because that's what's going to slide. Okay, now the other piece we're going to use, so this is acetate. Now this is something that I did just pick up at an office supply store here in town. So I'm just going to cut now. There's no exact measurement to this, I honestly just eyeball it. But you want it to fit over top of your dimensionals and not be too bulky on the card itself. Okay, so now we can peel the backs off those dimensionals. Maybe. And then you're going to stick your acetate over top. And then do the same with the other piece. Acetate over top, and this one's just a little short, so I'm going to lift it up. There we go. All right, so now if I flip that back over, our door slides. So now you can go ahead and adhere that to your card base. So what I did for mine is I just did 3 dots along the sides, 3 little dots in the center, and then again on the sides. Because you don't want it to interfere with the sliding the track. You can go right ahead and adhere that to your base. There we go. And now your door slides along your card. But it's not done yet because we need obviously the finishing touches. And you can see I didn't quite line that up perfectly. I've got a little bit there, so I'm going to trim that when we're done. So I'm using the Pick Me tool because I found it easier to deal with when I was dealing with these little pieces. And I'm going to bring in our fine tip glue pen. So all I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue to the bottom here. And then what I found is that if I used this line here on the door as kind of a guideline where to position it, that I kept them the same height throughout. And I already had some of these cut, so that's why I'm able to just grab those. Same thing here. Okay, so we've got that, and then we're going to do our little door handle. There we go. All right, now we're just going to add the track. So same thing with the fine tip glue pen. Just add a couple of dots of glue. And you can actually get this positioned right where you want it, underneath here. You can lay the track down first. It's completely up to you. And there we go. And there we have it. One super fun sliding card. Perfect for giving a gift card to your loved one. You know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Maybe you want to give them a spa gift card. You could put this inside with the gift card. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it informative and are less intimidated by the idea of creating something similar. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to answer your questions. And if you have any questions about the supplies used or how you can obtain those, you can certainly reach out to me through my website at www.inkspireme.com. And if you live in Canada and don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be that person for you. So reach out to me anytime. Thanks for watching.